This is the story of how two struggling indie game developers came together to create one of the biggest horror franchises of all time. This story starts in August 2014 with the release of one indie horror franchise that set the internet on fire.
Everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Jacksepticeye.
Oh, yes.
Goes.
Just be a little in front.
With the release of Five Nights at Freddy's came the rise of mascot horror, with its popularity rising huge amounts over the coming years, setting the stage for two game developers to take a shot at the world of indie horror. Meet the Meatly, a young game designer inspired by games such as BioShock, releasing comics about the struggles of indie game development, amassing a small following on the website Twitter. These comics eventually got him in touch with another aspiring game developer named Mike Mood, who at the time was being brought down by a series of unfulfilling jobs. These two would eventually form a partnership online to fulfill their dreams of making games, with the Meatly being responsible for all the aspects of the story and design of the game, while Mike Mood was responsible for the coding and game design. The game they would eventually make was thought up by the Meatly, who wanted to explore a world of early ink animation with an eerie spin. While designing the mascot for this game in Blender, the Meatly accidentally saved his file as Bendy when trying to write Blender, and so Bendy was born. Later in this idea's development, the Meatly would create an early demo for the game, exploring the early concept for the yellow inky depths of Joey Drew Studios, and sent it to Mike Mood, who then had to overhaul the entire game due to the Meatly's faulty code. Bendy and the Ink Machine's demo was created in only 5 days, and was released in October 2017 for free on GameJolt by the name of Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1, just in case the game managed to reach any sort of success and warranted a sequel. The game became an overnight success.
Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Welcome to Bendy and the Ink Machine.
You guys have been asking me to play this like crazy.
I forgot.
Give me this fucking axe.
Ah!
Jesus fuck!
Ah!
What the fuck?
With the success of Chapter 1, the pair quickly began working on Chapter 2, and with the production of these later chapters, it became apparent how over-ambitious they were, with a slew of all-nighters, crunch, and large parts of the story just made up as they went along. During the production of Chapter 2, both developers were working part-time, and with the scale of Chapter 2, they brought on their first team member to help create the 3D models based on the Meatly's design. Chapter 2 would bring the introduction of Boris the Wolf, originally named Papa, who would become Mike Mood's favorite Bendy character. In the hours before Chapter 2's release, the game completely fell apart, with Mike Mood managing to fix the game just before release. The new chapter lived up to expectations, with fans asking for more, and so came Chapter 3. For Chapter 3, the story followed Alice Angel, a character appearing in various posters throughout the game, who, due to popular fan theories, would become a pivotal antagonist. The production of Chapter 3 was significantly longer than any previous chapter, a pattern that would continue for every future installment. Due to its scale, the team working on it grew larger, but still struggled with glitches upon its release, leading to mixed reviews. During the production of Chapter 4, Bendy began to leave its roots as an indie game and became a franchise, with the release of its first spin-off, Bendy Nightmare Run. Later in the year for Halloween, Bendy would partner up with another upcoming mascot horror franchise, Hello Neighbor, in a well-received crossover. After a lot of crunch and delays, Chapter 4 came out in April 2018 and was very well received by fans. Finally, after a long development in October 2018, Chapter 5, the final reel, releases, disappointing many fans along with marking the end of Bendy's development. And the rest is history.